Hello again everybody and a very warm welcome back to the channel. Today we're in Memmingen, South Germany, checking out the brand new Skyward Simulations DA-50RG for Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's been out about 2 weeks now and this is my first look and review. Much overdue, but I hope you enjoy it. Hit like, hit subscribe, share your thoughts as always down in the comments below. So hello, welcome, and hope you're all well. This is a new general aviation aircraft for MSFS, maximum speed of 181 knots, true airspeed, and quite a low stall speed with its landing config of 58 knots calibrated airspeed. But it's quite a quick aircraft. You can get max range of 820 nautical miles at flight level 180, according to official stats from Diamond themselves. And there's a max range including 30 minutes reserve, no climb, no reserves of 754 nautical miles. Performance wise, could take off in 1,335 feet of runway, landing 1,129 feet, with an operating altitude of 20,000 feet. So really high and quite quick with a low stall speed. All the things that you kind of want for those of you who like to fly in non-tube liner type stuff. You can purchase the Skyward Simulations DA-50RG from Orbex. The link's down in the description below. It comes with multiple custom liveries, including this one here, really quite nice. And I'm not familiar with the brand or the developer name personally myself, to be honest. So I'm looking forward to seeing what this has to offer, to be fair, as a product for the sim. So as I mentioned at the start of the video, today we're in Memmingen and just going to go for a simple flight around the local area just to explore what this product has to offer and help you decide whether you want it for your own sim experience too. First thoughts, really the exterior. I think it actually looks quite good. The model is precisely what you would expect to see and seems to be of quite a good quality. Really good texturing as well across the aircraft among all of the liveries included by default. And it's got a really sporty presence, as you can see here if we go to the front of the aeroplane and have a little look. Really sporty, very slender profile to it. The doors themselves, 3 of them, they're all animated, you can open and close them. And the texturing inside the aeroplane with the seats, a couple of the animations like the armrest there, the center console, actually quite good as well, to be fair. Really nice detail around the aeroplane. G1000 flight deck or cockpit, so a nice glass cockpit both sides, and a dual control aeroplane, so you can prefer one side over another, and you can set up your controls depending on if you like to fly left seat or right seat. Really cool. A couple of shades as well with a nice animation, some slight flickering in the textures there though. Then we can close the doors accordingly. It's worth pointing out that the sounds of this aeroplane have been developed with Boris Audio Works, who've worked on the product, and quite weird, but looks to be the same thing on the real aeroplane. It's a really poor view looking forwards out of the aircraft. Very narrow kind of halo look over the aeroplane there. When you close the door, you have this huge pillar on the left-hand side, making it very awkward. We can open that. The only thing there is it's very difficult to see the texturing work, to see whether actually there is a window there or not. If you go down, you can see it. But without further ado, we'll bring some of the systems online, get the prop fired up, and we'll go for a flight. Clear prop. Instead of being an avgas powered aeroplane, this is powered by Jet A1, so it sounds slightly different to what you'd probably expect, but it sounds fantastic. So, taxiing out then. We can see some of the deflections of the ailerons in there, just a very basic control surface checks as a demonstration. And if I just fire the TOVI tracker up, really nice kind of sideways visibility out of the aeroplane. Very cramped looking forwards, which will probably take quite a bit of getting used to be fair. By bringing the time of day forwards to night time, we can see some of the emissives as well across the aircraft. Strobes looking really quite nice, glass-like almost. Landing light spot on the belly looks a bit strange. But it is there, nestled underneath the belly of the aircraft like so. Illuminating all of the interior of the aircraft. The cockpit looks like this at night time as well, just for some nice clues re the emissives. And when you close that window there, really beautiful sound insulation. And it actually then changes into quite a peaceful atmosphere. Nice quiet office. Place yourselves in for a few hours. Back to daytime. Excuse your eyes. And with everything else set, we shall go for a flight. Slight crosswind here in Memmingen today. Very strange viewpoint. Okay, power set. A little bit of rudder to try and maintain the centre line here. And gently rotating to let it take. There we go. Beautiful. Quite sporty in the takeoff run. We'll go gear up. There's the outside. Really rapid gear retraction there. Oh, look at that. It's such a sporty looking aeroplane, isn't it? Just to wiggle a little bit there. Accelerating away. Nice and quick with flaps. 100 knots already. So we just try and trim it into a nice climb. Crosswind of about 3 knots at the moment, but slightly variable. Changing into a tailwind by the looks of the display. Going to ease off on the power. Start a little left turn. Feels really nice to fly. I'm not worrying about things like TCAS or the transponder, that kind of stuff. We would ordinarily turn that to the altitude reporting mode, set the squawk and things. Not too worried about that today. Now just continuing with the climb, you can kind of move the temperature of the cabin around. Fans are off. You can turn them on as well, turn recirc on and off. You can push off to turn the oxygen off. What I've done there is I've actually pulled it out to turn the oxygen on. So if we're going to fly all the way up there near to its ceiling, certainly above 10,000 feet, we're thinking about pressurising the aircraft, then we can do that. Now there is an autopilot system here which is similar to all the other Garmin G1000 flight decks and cockpits that we might be using in the sim already. So all of the functions inside this you should be familiar with. I'm not necessarily going to brush over a lot of them, but we're going to just execute a couple of very basic turns with the autopilot system just to see how she behaves. So I'm going to pop the autopilot on for now, and I'm going to go to Alt Hold, 5,040 feet. Set 5,000. Just to get the aeroplane to sort itself out. Now we've got heading nav mode as well for those of you flying kind of LNAV related stuff. And you've got the trim modes there as well for those of you not particularly familiar with this. But if I want to execute a left turn over that way somewhere, 060, we go ahead and execute that. Selecting heading mode. We were in roll mode to that point, and turning really quite smoothly. 25 odd degrees angular bank, not bad at all. Holding the altitude nicely there. Slightly into a headwind. Try and not lose my bearings from the airfield. Turn the autopilot off. Those noises from the outside. Very cool sounds. About 5,600 will do, and we will try the stall. Just going to pitch the nose up, idle the throttle, getting a check gear warning. Still holding back, just going to try and maintain that 5 degrees. Using quite a bit of rear stick now, 90 knots, decelerating still, waiting for it, almost fully rear stick. Here we go, there's the stall. Horn, the stall warning. 70 knots. Check gear. All the way back on the stick. 60 knots. Trying to increase that pitch. There we go. So I've lost all kind of elevator authority now, and that's it stalling. If I just hold it, kind of floating there slightly, then we can let go. Check gear. That's throttles idle. The aeroplane's accelerating itself effectively. So we would need a DA-50 pilot to tell us whether or not that stall behaviour is realistic. If we were to try again, This time with 10 degrees, 15 degrees nose up, that'll do. Let's go for it again. See it over revving itself there as we go to idle. Holding that 12-ish, 13 degrees. There we go, there's the nose.
Check gear.
Alright, that felt a bit different that time, going into a bit more of an aggressive stall. And then gently back. So interestingly, actually felt quite good both times. As weird as that first one may have looked, you can enter or try and enter a shallow stall in a PA28. I remember doing it by PPL, and it will kind of just hold the stall slightly and just about still fly if you enter it shallow enough and the power is set just right. And this is a very powerful engine stuck on the front of this aeroplane. And one would assume that it's probably very similar in relation to its behaviour. It's also got very wide wings, 44 feet all the way across, tip to tip, and that probably helps as well. Price-wise, folks, it's $29.75 Australian dollars. Let's call it 30 Australian dollars. It's easier, which is about £15.65 depending on your currency for wherever you reside, and depending on the day of the week, Siemens currency likes to fluctuate. It's got really good fuel consumption, this, so again, like we mentioned before, in the range you can fly it fairly far, fairly high as well. 300 horsepower engine whacked on the front of that, so it's an absolute beast. Very powerful aircraft. What comes up must go down though, and we're going to route back round towards final to hand fly a final approach with crosswind. Okay, not long to touchdown on final approach, slight crosswind. Currently it's whipped round to a very minor tailwind as well, but we're otherwise golden. Get the gear down. And we're in the white arc. So we shall drop this to take off initially. 133 knots is the max, landing 121, so we can set 121 as well. We can set landing flap now and get that nose pitching forwards for us. Big deflection off the wing there. And at 98 knots with full flap feels quite nice. And currently we've got a 9-10 knot gusting tailwind, which should, according to the forecast, at least as I'm recording this, die off somewhat, but otherwise we shall see what happens. It's supposed to be about 3 knot crosswind. The view here, the massive kind of halo ring pillar, isn't as obstructive as I thought it would be, because the visibility is so good against the side and we're right against the side of the window. It doesn't obstruct as much as you thought. For stuff in your 11 o'clock field of view, you're not going to see it. So looking at traffic and things like that, you're not going to see that. That's where it can be hairy. And equally over at 2 o'clock as well, same issue. But you're just going to have to get used to manipulating your head around, moving your head around to get slightly different viewpoints. And it's all part of its very sleek, sporty design. Various readouts, and that's now gone back to a 2 knot crosswind. That's what we want. Trying to maintain about 85 or so knots. 4 knot crosswind. And that announcement's probably because I've not set any minimums. We've got 4 knot crosswind, feels alright.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Though oddly, we seem to be running in the opposite direction to the arrow. Looking ahead. Holding it. Touchdown. And there we are. Letting that nose wheel come down. And on the runway. Just hit the brakes there. Just tap the brakes a couple of times. You can see the oleos compress the suspension. Will work to vacate and shut down. Thought heat fail as well. It's probably a weight on wheels thing, that, by the looks of it, having thought about it, because it was there post takeoff. After takeoff went away. Now weight on wheels, the stall heat fail has come back on again, which is pretty cool. We'll turn that off now though. So as I said at the start of the flight today, it's a very sporty aeroplane. Certainly feels that way, but handles remarkably well too. Sounds are quite cool. It's got some fairly cool quirks. You know, the way the FADEC controls the power output as you idle the aircraft. Certainly then when you're looking at stalling and things too, how that system might kick in. And for £15, if this is your kind of thing, then it's very, very good value indeed. This is a really cool little aeroplane. The sportiness of it and its performance makes for a very capable, diverse aeroplane. So we could do quite a lot with this. Certainly go tour the Alps and all that sort of thing. Like so. Very quick shutdown. Almost instantaneous. I'm not sure if it's that quick in real life. But there we go. Whack the post lights off, turn the electrics off. Job's a good one. So we'll get Bruce to whack the chocks underneath the old wheels there. Hope you found this video useful. Again, it's linked down in the description below. So if you want to get your hands on this sports tourer of the aviation world, then check it out. Click that link below. Thanks for watching. Share your thoughts in the comments. Hit like, hit subscribe if you haven't done so already and you're new and enjoyed the video. It'd be great to have you on board with us. And I'll see you in a live stream very soon. In the meantime, see you soon. Take care.